In this video, we will be assembling the Brinly 10 cubic foot utility dump cart for use with lawn and garden tractors. Tools required for assembly: 2 1/2-inch wrenches or wrench and socket sets, 2 9/16" wrenches or wrench and socket sets, a flat tip screwdriver, pliers, and gloves. Note, the illustrations on page 6 are to scale. For faster identification of hardware during assembly, use the hardware identifier on page 6. Also note, there will be a few extra parts left over that are not used on this model: 4 3/4-inch nylon washers and 2 3/8-inch special washers, which could be optionally used on step 2 when installing the lock bracket. Assembly step 1. Installing the axle support. Using the hardware in panel 1 with the axle support pointed upwards, line up the holes in the axle support with the holes in the cart bed towards the back. Secure the axle support in place from the inside of the cart bed by placing one 5/16" flat washer on one 5/16" by 1 inch round head screw, passing it through the cart bed and the axle assembly, and from the outside adding one 5/16" lock washer and one 5/16" hex head nut. Repeat this for all 8 screws, adding a 5/16" flat washer, passing them through the cart bed and the axle support, adding one 5/16" lock washer on the outside of the bolt, and securing in place with a 5/16" hex head nut. Assembly step 2. Installing the lock bracket. Note, the notch on the lock bracket should be pointing away from the cart. Using the hardware in panel 2 with the lock bracket pointing upwards, position the holes in the base of the lock bracket to line up with the holes in the front of the cart bed. Secure the bracket in place from the inside of the cart bed by adding one 5/16" flat washer to one 5/16" by 1 inch round head screw, passing it through the cart bed and the lock bracket, and from the outside, you may want to add an optional special washer before adding a 5/16" lock washer and securing in place with a lock nut. Note, do not fully tighten yet, as you may need to slightly adjust the lock bracket when the tow bar is installed on step 6. Assembly step 3A. Installing the foot pedal. Align the cart foot pedal through the slot in the drawbar with the notch in the foot pedal oriented towards the raised tongue on the drawbar. While holding the foot pedal in place, flip the drawbar over. Assembly step 3B. Using the hardware in panel 3, begin to slide the 3/8" by 3 3/4" bolt through one side of the drawbar. Then, between the drawbar and the foot pedal, add one 3/8" Keps nut to the bolt with the starred edge pointing inwards towards the foot pedal. Note, the foot pedal can be adjusted slightly while installing this bolt. This will help to align the bolt with the hole on the other side of the drawbar. Step 3C. Continue running the 3/8" by 3 3/4" bolt through the foot pedal. Between the foot pedal and the other side of the drawbar, add another 3/8" Keps nut to the bolt with the starred edge pointing towards the foot pedal. Then, run the end of the bolt through the other side of the drawbar. Assembly step 3D. On the outside of the drawbar, add a 3/8" hex head locking nut to the end of the bolt, tightening loosely so that the foot pedal still moves forward and backward freely. Then, tighten the Keps nuts toward the foot pedal while still allowing for movement. Assembly step 4. Adding the spring. Using the spring in panel 4, hook one end of the latch spring through the small hole at the base of the foot pedal as shown. Then hook the other end of the latch spring through the hole in the drawbar. Step 5. Installing the Clevis. Using the hardware in panel 5, position the base of the Clevis to line the 2 holes up with the 2 holes at the end of the drawbar. Then, slide 2 5/16" by 1 inch round head screws through the Clevis and the drawbar, and secure beneath the drawbar using 2 5/16" lock washers and 2 5/16" nuts. Then install the hitch pin through the Clevis and cart drawbar, and secure the hitch pin in place with the 1/8" hairpin cotter. Assembly Step 6. Align the holes in the back of the drawbar up with the center of the axle assembly, with the foot pedal resting on the lock bracket. Then, begin running the axle through the first 3 holes of the axle support. Push the axle through the holes at the base of the drawbar, then continue through the rest of the axle support. Note, a light coating of grease or oil may aid in inserting the axle through the axle support. If you haven't already, tighten all of the hardware installed on steps 1 and 2. Next, slide a 3/4 inch bushing onto the end of the axle. Then, add a wheel, followed by another 3/4 inch bushing onto the end of the axle. Secure the wheel in place by sliding a retaining ring into the slot at the end of the axle. Repeat this step with the other wheel, sliding another 3/4 inch bushing onto the end of the axle, adding the second wheel, and on the other end of the wheel, add another bushing, and secure the second wheel in place by sliding a retaining ring into the slot at the end of the axle. Step 7. You may need assistance flipping the cart over to set it on its wheels. Congratulations! Your Brinly 10 cubic foot utility dump cart is now ready to use. Use the Clevis and hitch pin to attach the cart to your towing vehicle or riding mower. To unload the cart, make sure your cart or tractor is not in motion. Depress the foot pedal to detach the bed of the cart from the tow bar, then raise the bed carefully into the dump position. Once empty, close the bed fully back onto the drawbar, keeping your body parts away from the bed when closing. Be sure to confirm the foot pedal has fully engaged with the bed lock bar before continuing. Using the included cardboard templates, wooden modifications to your cart can be created. The bed divider channels and stake pockets are perfect for dropping in bed separators or easily removable sides. Your Brinly cart can also be modified with Brinly's 180-degree dump kit, available as an add-on accessory. The Roger kit takes your cart's steep dump angle a step further, enabling the bed to dump a full 180 degrees, perfect for emptying damp materials, and our installation video makes assembly quick and easy. For questions, call Brinly Customer Service at 877-728-8224.